Hard work, planning, and determination is the mantra for success in civil services examination, and Pratibha webinar series will guide you to plan for civil services examination. Good morning, one and all. This is Dr. Pallavi Kabde, Head Department of Public Administration, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, and I welcome you all to the Pratibha webinar series organized by Department of Public Administration, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, in collaboration with Indian Institute of Public Administration, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh Regional Branch. Friends, as you all know, we have been organizing Pratibha webinar series for the last 9 months, and this is the 10th lecture which is organized today. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University and Department of Public Administration has been organizing several programs and webinars from time to time for the benefit of the students, and in order to commemorate 40 years of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University and 75 years of Indian independence, we have initiated Pratibha webinar series. And Dr. Sri P. Narhari IAS, Sri Meghnad Reddy IAS, Dr. P. Srija IAS, Ms. Lakshmi Pavana IRS, Sri Yashwant IAS, Sandeep Bhaga IRS, Chandij IPS, Dr. Mustafa Hashmi IPS, Ms. Arugla Sneha IAS were our previous speakers. And before introducing our speaker of the day today, let me give few instructions to all our participants. Kindly post your queries in the chat box, which will be answered by our speaker, Mr. Makarand Manda today, IAS, who is the Assistant Secretary and Ministry in the Ministry of Railways. And we have the honor of having the Chairman IIPA, Sri Gopalakrishna Garu, also today in our program. We welcome you, sir, on the behalf of Department of Public Administration and Pratibha webinar series. Friends, in the last few Pratibha webinar series, you have seen the journeys of the different IAS and IPS officers who have shared their inputs for the preparation of the civil services examination. And today we have with us Mr. Makarandu IAS, who is the native of Siddipet district. Sir, being a technocrat by profession and education, is inspired to serve the common man, and that is the reason he's inspired for civil services examination. Now, coming to his schooling, he has done his schooling from Siddipet, that is Sai Grace Grammar High School, and intermediate from Sri Chaitanya College, Vijayawada, and done his BTech from the prestigious IIT Bombay in BTech Computers and Electrical Engineering. So with this few introduction, let us hear more from Sir himself. So Mr. Makarandu, we welcome you on behalf of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University and Indian Institute of Public Administration Regional Branch. And our participants are eagerly waiting to hear from you. We welcome you, sir. Sir, we can't hear you, sir. Mr. Makarandu, sir, we are not able to hear you, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Pallavi, for that introduction. And good morning, everyone, and good morning, Gopalakrishna sir, for joining this session. So first of all, I would like to thank Faculty of Social Sciences, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, and also Indian Institute of Public Administration for giving this wonderful opportunity to interact with students, especially about my journey, which is more authenticate to talk. So before jumping into the topic, let me first say, in fact, this is my third interaction or in touch with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, which is famously called as Telangana Open University. First interaction is with Sitaram Rao sir, Vice Chancellor, in the Chamber of Principal Secretary Higher Education. I interacted with sir. The second is when I came to VHub, which is located in the university only. So after this interaction, I understood and I realized the importance of Open University. And I congratulate all the students who are actually being part of this Open University for basically 3 reasons. First reason is Open University reflects the idea of long-term learning, like lifelong learning. Secondly, it reflects the idea that we can learn anywhere and anytime with minimal cost and minimal effort. So as in which is where I think world is moving on. So right now the idea of MOOCs is on the stage, and secondly, many people who came out of graduation are willing to keep learning and keep motivated with the help of the stages, the institutions like open universities, and also the courses which are available online. In fact, I am actually pursuing my LLM diploma and also MA public administration through distance learning. I have finished my MA public administration recently, and then I am going to finish my LLM diploma. So these are, I feel, some of the beautiful and also some of the very important ideas which we need to cultivate and keep a perspective away from our regular system of education. That is, learning cannot be limited to one particular institution which is closed. That is what open university is teaching. And secondly, learning can't be limited to a book or a teacher. It can be learned through any person, anywhere, with any experience which you're going through. So having said that, let me come to how my CSC journey has begun. As in, what actually brought me to the preparation journey, I would like to talk about it, because that is something which is very important to actually stay on the course despite many attempts people are giving, aspirants are giving for UPSC. So what was it? Firstly, I was a student of a standard regular system of education, which generally incentivizes us to focus on marks and ranks. And I was one of them who is completely a proper product of it, who usually focuses on marks and ranks. Initially, it was very directly related. As in, until 5th class or 6th class, the kind of, uh, focusing on exam actually gave direct benefits to the learning as well, and the foundations are very well set. But as you go classes ahead, 6th, 7th, 10th, the more you focus on marks, the more you focus on ranks, the less proportional or less directly it is linked to learning. And the side effect or the main consequence of that is we generally forget all the learnings we had in our college or even post college. This basic thing I have realized in my college, IIT Bombay, where there's a lot of exposure to outside events, outside things that are happening in India. Example, firstly, the Nirbhaya incident in 2012. When Nirbhaya incident happened, I was in the first year of my college. When that happened, it actually shocked my conscience to think what had actually gone wrong. I was sad. I felt it was bad. And I am totally mad over the people who had done that mistake, done that crime, in fact. Then there are many clubs in the college which usually starts discussing, especially social clubs. I was curious enough to keep nudging every club. So I was part of one of the meetings which they arranged. Then I started shouting at them, as in, what, they have to be killed. So immediate reactions, right? We have to just want that immediate justice to be happen. Then suddenly one of the intellectual person there told, haven't you read in the school that there is something called constitution and we have to respect the constitution and go by law? And someone else told, we also have ethics, that there is an eye to eye makes the world blind, told by Gandhiji. So when I heard about these things, which was never part of my vocabulary, I was shocked that what am I actually doing in my college, just focusing on these marks and ranks, but not having the overall idea of what's happening in the society. Not just society, just what's happening around. Like this, there are many instances which made me feel bad and made me feel pushed that no, this is not the way it is going to end in my life or in my career. Let me restart my learning. But in college, I have never had this courage to get out of this psychology, to finish off this marks and ranks thing, and then get into only learning mode. Only learning mode is also, I feel, it is a wrong idea. You have to focus on outcomes. So marks are just a performance indicators for what you have learned. So that balance is, I felt that balance is very difficult in my college. So after my college, when I got into one of the prestigious company, which is Goldman Sachs, it paid almost 3 lakhs per month. So there is no depth of money requirement. Only thing that I felt is that I am lacking on the element of learning, and that made me to think and have a break have a break of, and that's where I resigned my job and then started thinking about how do I start back again to learn. My core idea is that urge to learn, the attitude of learning should come into me so that I feel more connected, more engaged in what's happening around. So that is the first reason to come into this civil service preparation. Second reason for coming into civil service preparation is when I was in my on my job and my desk, it is again closed. There is a closed cabin in which I need to work all 5 days, and then other 2 days we used to party in pubs, in clubs, or wherever we go. The moment I come to my home, which is Siddipet district, and to be specific, Gambiraupet Mandal, and it is completely different from the ecosystem which I was working, and I felt my roots are there. So I felt a loss of connect with the reality, and I felt isolated. So this is the second reason I want to take a break and stay at my home, understand my learning, like improve my learning attitude, but also connect with the reality. And the third thing, obviously, everyone would feel empowered when they do service, when they help others. But the way in which we do service depends upon the personality which we have, I feel, in my opinion, because some people choose to be a businessman for next 20 years, get lot of money, and then keep donating it, or then keep utilizing this money for service. That's one way. Second, the people want to get into NGOs, non-government organizations, do the service by hand and get a feel of it. This is another way of doing it. There are many ways of doing service, and there is third way, getting into research, finding a product, finding a process in which will help the humankind faster or better their lifestyle or life. This is that thing. And personally, I was told by many people to go into research, pursue research, because of the kind of academic background I had. But there is a catch here. In research, we need to wait. We need to keep waiting, and there is a lot of uncertainty whether the product is yet to come. Once the product is out, to get it commercialized or to get it into the society and create a value, it takes a lot of time. But I am not a person who, I'm a person who wants a direct and more visible change to get a feel of it. So these are the three, civil service helps you. Once you are into service, you actually understand, while you give a ration card to a person who is eligible, but who cannot get that very soon or very easily, but you made it possible, and you can see the smile of that particular experience. You get a lot of, and you have many experience. You will have many experience like this. So these are the three main reasons for me to get into the civil service preparation. Now, I'm not even saying services. I'm saying getting into preparation, having this mindset helped me a lot to stay on the track, right? So I will come to the actual topic frameworks. But before that, the one positive thing which I always ensured in my college is, firstly, I was very curious and very energetic to experience whatever that is happening in the college, be it clubs, be it seminars, whatever that is happening in the college. I used to just experience it. And that had helped a lot in the preparation because I used to connect a lot of dots while I was reading or preparing stuff. Secondly, I used to prove always that I can do anything provided I have time and guidance. As in, let us say I want to get into dance, which I had never tried before getting into college. Some friend of mine insisted me to join because there is less number in the group to perform the dance. Because I never danced, but I just wanted to prove myself that I should not feel like I can't do something. I kept trying, and that actually worked. When you prove yourself that you can do something which you felt that you can't do previously, it boosts your confidence. It will ensure that you will not give up for whatever mission you are accounted for, right? So this is a basic introductory thing which I wanted to tell you guys. And now let's get into the topic. I just want to share the screen. I hope it is visible. Pallavi, could you just confirm?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
So the topic of this present discussion is frameworks for civil service preparation. So why is the word frameworks? Why not just tell how my preparation journey was? First reason for that is I had 3 years of my preparation to get into this service. To tell all the three aspects of 3 years of preparation in 15 minutes, I think it would be a blunder from my side, and it would be crime also to tell that this is it and then everything will just follow through. So I just wanted to limit. And second reason for that is I'm a pass out of 2020 batch, and I'm sure that you must be knowing by now, within every 3 years, the frameworks, like the patterns or the kind of demand the UPSC is wanting from us is changing. So it is more important to get the details or specifics from the very recent selected candidates. I'm sure that Arugul Sneha, who is a student of mine also, have given a detailed preparation strategy for you. So that is the reason I just wanted to restrict to the frameworks of the CSC preparation through which you can think of your own strategy. So that is the reason I wanted to choose this subject. So before starting, the foundations. The framework 1 is foundations, where to start. So before getting into anything, you must understand the first thing you must recognize is motivation. See, there is a high level of uncertainty happening in this exam. High level of uncertainty for clearing it, for getting into the service. So what is that motivation that should help us to stay on the track is more important, because there is a lot of highs and lows between every stage: prelims, mains, interview. I'm sure that everyone have an idea that exam consists of 3 stages: prelims, mains, and interview. At every stage, not only prelims, mains, and interviews, even during preparation stage, while giving your practice exams, in every stage of your preparation, until you get to the service, there are a lot of highs and lows. So how do we really stay on track is important. One more example, or one more kind of perspective which I want to bring to ensure that motivation or the reason for why I wanted to get into the civil service should be so strong is that, if you see, once we get into service, I have gone to the training program at Missouri, where I have interacted with a lot of selected aspirants. There I found there is a lot of selection diversity. If you see, there is a person of 23 years age who got into service, 22 years and 23 years age. And there is a person of age 41 also who got into the service. So this is an example which you all understand that why, even if there is a difference of that age, how are these two people are getting into the common lot of this IAS. Secondly, there is a person who is completely bachelorette, and there is a person called Anupama Singh who is married and has a kid of 5 years, and then she got into the service, Bihar cadre. And there is a person who is physically disabled, like who couldn't hear properly. 90% of hearing disability is there, and with all the kidneys, with both the kidneys got failed. Both the kidneys got failed, and he has to be under dialysis for every alternate day. His name is Kadiravan of Telangana cadre only, of our batch. And he got into the service, and the person who is completely healthy, he also got into the service. A person who is financially well, he or she has got into the service, and person who is poor and a middle class or a poor person who is under the aid of the institutions like B.R. Ambedkar Open University are also into the service. You must know Ashok Kenka sir, IAS. He is a person from Open University. He is a graduate of a Open University, IGNOU, and then got into civil IAS. Like that, there are many. So there is a lot of diversity. Then whoever I interact with, there is a common quality with them. The common quality is they have strong motivation to not give up at all until the exam is done. So even if it is first attempt or the 9th attempt they have entered, or the 6th attempt. So you must understand, motivation should be so strong and consistent that it should not deter you or distract you from anything else. So that is the first thing. Second thing, attitude. So what kind of attitude should be there while preparing? So like I said, I started with the ambition of getting into this learning mindset. So I gave my attempt, like I resigned my job in 2017, June, and then started preparing for UPSC at my home to get a connect of the reality. Now what happened? 2018 exam. I'll tell you the difference between 2018 exam and 2019. This was my second attempt in 2 attempts. First attempt and second attempt, what was the difference? First attempt outcome is that I couldn't even clear prelims by the shortage of 0.66 marks. Second attempt, I could clear and then get into the service. First attempt, my attitude was whatever is available with me in terms of books, in terms of online media, in terms of newspapers, I used to read everything. And gain that knowledge. I used to feel more empowered because that was never the case before. Like I said, I was focusing on more of marks and ranks, or kind of salary packages which we get in the college, which is good enough. But I'm saying, once we sudden shift to learning mindset, I was totally into it. I was not focusing on what exam demands. What does exam demand? I was not fully keen on it, but I was so happy. But the thing is, I kept on learning. I had this attitude. I got this attitude of learning mindset. I used to share my learnings to my friends also. I felt more happy while sharing. I became like a teacher. So I became a learner, I became a teacher, but I didn't become an aspirant. You understand? When you really become an aspirant, you must have that exam orientation. You may have this learning orientation or teaching orientation. That should not dominate the exam orientation. What do I mean by exam orientation? The exam orientation means understanding what does the examiner or the UPSC demands from you out of this exam. So let us say there is prelims, mains, and interview. And let us talk about interview. Interview is 275 marks. And 275 marks, examiner demands 275 marks from you. How does he demand? How is he demanding? Go through the syllabus of interview. In interview, there are few terms. like there is a list of qualities mentioned by UPSC saying that persons with these qualities are recommended. So you must go through those list of qualities and start tweaking them. We can't change the qualities overnight, but yeah, we can start tweaking them in such a way that we will suit to the demands of that particular exam. So syllabus is one source to understand the demand of the exam. Second, go to the previous year questions. Go to the previous year questions and understand the pattern of the questions. Then you will understand in which way the marks have been determined by the examiner. In which way, in what kind of questions, what is the pattern of questions which I need to understand, so that I can focus or target my reading or preparation in that particular aspects only. That, for example, modern history. In modern history, the period between 1900 to 1950, 1947, every year in between 1900 to 1947 is important because questions are coming. That too, chronology is very important. Like the question patterns will be like, when did Khilafat movement happen? Khilafat movement, civil disobedience movement, Quit India movement, independence struggle. So if we know in which year what happened, we can easily understand the chronology and keep the answer. Now I must understand, when you see the previous year questions of modern industry, that there are good amount of questions on chronology. So we must not miss the idea that while reading anything of modern history stuff, we must make a chronology of events, so that whatever question that comes related to chronology, I am going to get that marks. So this is what the exam orientation which we need. If you have learning orientation, what happens is you will read modern history NCRT, you will read and understand, get a feel of it. Secondly, you will read Bipin Chandra. There is a book called Bipin Chandra. You will read that, and you will get whole understanding, good enough. But if you don't know exactly that the demand of the exam is one of the prominent questions that are coming from prelims is chronology of events. So if you don't know that, we can't make this preparation to next level and then get those marks. Ultimately, marks are something which they are looking for. Again, it is exam. So it is again regular system of education which they are talking. But I must say that attitude of exam orientation will get you very quicker. I'm not saying that learning attitude will not get you, but learning attitude will take time and effort. You'll become a very learnable, very educated person. But if you want to clear this exam in this attempt, the first attempt itself, you must have this exam orientation, right? And having the motivation strong and then having an exam orientation attitude, you will plan. How do you plan? You must see a lot of toppers videos, especially the recent ones, and then see how their strategy is. Like, there will be a particular time, 1 year, 1.5 year of hard preparation. That 1.5 year of hard preparation, how they are strategizing, how you need to strategize. Before looking into the toppers videos, like I said, you must know the demand of the exam by looking into the syllabus and previous year pattern. Previous year questions. You just go through last 5 years of questions, question papers, prelims, mains, and interview transcripts. Then get into the mode of, okay, this is what exam demands. Now let's get into toppers videos which are available online and YouTube, and then start understanding their strategies, how they are linked to the demand of the exam. And then you understand that in 15 days or 1 month, you will not understand completely the demand of the exam. It is a progressive process. But at the very basic level, you must start with this idea that at least will have some amount of exam orientation before planning something. Then once you look into the toppers videos, you will plan your strategy. Remember, whenever there is a problem in planning of a bigger thing, okay, finishing the UPSC preparation or completing the UPSC preparation, You must, if you have a problem anywhere, any time, if you have a problem in solving any bigger problem, break it into smaller problems. This is a golden rule. Any bigger problem, break it into smaller things. Let us say, okay, you have to get selected. Like the goal of the whole CSE preparation is get selected for CSE examination 2023, for example. So you have 1 year of preparation time. Now getting selected for UPSC or CSE 2023 can be divided into prelims, mains, and interview. If you further want to divide, prelims can be divided into general studies paper and the other paper. Then again, even in the general studies paper, you divide into different subjects and then start preparing for. So if you break like that, you will understand that what all elements I have to prepare, how much time I have to give for each thing, and then you start preparing for it. Then if you understand breaking means, you will break down to that possibility of 1 day. Like you will be ready, you will be having a plan of 1 day. Today, let us say today you will be having one particular plan, and then you will start executing it. Planning is one part, but the other part is execution. Execution as in you decided to read let us say polity. Lakshmikant is a book source for a subject called polity, which is which has a good share in the syllabus of general studies mains and also prelims. So Lakshmikant is a book. Now you decided that I will finish 300 pages of Lakshmikant today in 8 hours or 10 hours, whatever time you wanted to have. 10 hours of preparation, 300 pages you have decided. And then today the plan for CSE preparation of today is just Lakshmikant, 300 pages, 10 hours. Once you have decided, you should not go away from it. You must get it done. That's it. This is very important for you to realize. Once you get into the service, in your service, be it administrative service, police service, revenue service, you will become an executive. As in, you will be coined as a term, executive. Executive is person who executes, who will get things done. How will you do? Once you get into the administration, there are a lot of people. You will have a lot of teams to work with. So you will get the things done with the help of people nearby. And you must understand, not everyone will have same level of motivation like you, or same level of attitude. And that is very difficult. How do you get it done? But in order to get those things done, once you get into service, the very minimal expectation from you during preparation is at least you should execute your plan, which can be done by yourself in a complete manner. 100% you have to give justice to whatever plan you have made for that particular day. There is no excuse. Just come. You must, people, everyone must come out of that comfort zone and get the things done. I mean, coming out of comfort zone itself is uncomfortable. We must be comfortable in coming out of comfort zone. And the last one is, what is this plan for? What is this execution is for? To develop the knowledge and skills required to clear the exam. But what is the knowledge that I am questioning here is exam related knowledge. So what is exam related knowledge? Like I said, if you have exam orientation, you won't be focusing on everything under the sun. You won't be focusing on all the magazines that will be released every month. You won't be focusing on every particular line that is required to imbibe. You only focus on those particular basic books, standard books, and keep revising and improve your foundation, which are relevant for the exam. You won't focus here and there. So these are the 4 important things I wanted to tell you. This is one particular framework you keep in mind which will go a long way in your preparation, even after 1 or 2 years. When you actually start your preparation, because you are right now pursuing your academics, keep this in mind that these are the 4 important things you always need to introspect while you make anything which you relate yourself with preparation, right? The second aspect is, the second framework while you prepare is, preparation is not reading for all the stages. What happens is, like I said in the previous slide, plan as in, you don't plan for reading, you plan for preparing. But preparing is not just reading. You must understand, preparing is to get the final, to get the marks or the requirement which examiner is demanding from you. And examiner, how will he decide whether you are prepared or not, whether you are ready for the for qualification or not? It is through paper only. Prelims, if it is prelims, it is through OMR sheets. If it is mains, it is through answer sheets. If it is interview, it is through communication. So only through this they can realize that you are a person who is capable enough for selection or not. They don't know how much hours you are putting in your reading, how much hours you have been, like, where are you staying, Delhi or Hyderabad. They don't focus on anything. They only focus on what is available with them. So we must prepare for that aspect, as in that aspect that on paper I will be ready, I will be right. On the prelims OMR sheet, I will be putting the right answer. On mains paper, I will be giving the right written answer to the examiner so that they will understand my preparation levels. This should be your goal while planning. It should not be just reading. The reason why I'm stressing always about it is, 90% we end up in reading the books but not actually writing the test series. 90% of the time we will be spending time in listening to the videos or audios but not actually giving mock tests or mock interviews to really understand where you are for the preparation. So these are the different steps you will undergo during preparation. The first thing is, while you read, it is understanding the concept. You'll just understand the concept in the first reading, first stage of reading, first round of reading. Second round of reading, you will start understanding it more so that you can memorize it well. So there are many rounds for reading, but reading is only part of preparation. The second level of preparation is to memorize it, and then with the help of revision. How do you memorize? The more revision you do with little short tricks which are available in online, or even the recent selected aspirants will help you in this, you will memorize. To memorize it better and to help you revise just before the exam starts, exam as in prelims or mains or interview, notes will help you to memorize or revise it better. So note making is one more element of preparation. Fourthly, you start thinking. Why do you think? Because these questions are the questions which are given by the examiner in prelims or mains or interview, or will provoke your thinking. It's not just whatever is in your notes can be vomited on the answer sheets or OMR and then get the things right. You must start connecting the dots between what you have known across the subjects. Let us say there will be a question like this. Tell me the situations of ethics in governance. Tell me the different tough situations that occur regarding ethics in governance. Now, ethics is a part of syllabus. You will make notes for your ethics syllabus. Governance is part of syllabus. You will make notes for your governance syllabus. You will start reading those basic books. Now, how do you connect this? When the question comes, connecting these two, you must connect the content or the understanding which you have regarding these two separate subjects, right? That requires thinking. How do you think? It is by attempting those questions, practice questions daily. Take 2-3 questions and keep attempting it. Third, then next stage is skilling. Day wise, how do you skill for your prelims, mains, and interview? And lastly, you will start testing yourself. I mean, thinking, skilling, and testing can be done parallelly, the last 3 steps, and then improve your ability to finish, get ready for the exam. So this is one more framework you should keep in mind always, so that you will plan accordingly. What happens is, when you plan for today, let us say Lakshmikant's source of polity, 300 pages of 10 hours, what you are insisting is you will just read. The aim of your aim of present plan, like today's plan, will be only understanding the concept. I must. So you have a lot of other steps to finish the polity Lakshmikant. You must memorize it also. You must make notes. You must. It's optional. You can make directly on the Lakshmikant book only. You must start giving practice exams. You must start attempting the practice questions, so that your thinking develops, your skilling develops, and finally you will be ready for your exam. So essentially what I'm trying to say is, preparation is not just reading. I hope you understood this thing. Then, so these are the 2 major frameworks which I wanted to give, and there are very starter kind of questions which everyone are very much interested, but I have very straight answers for it. One is the place. Where do you want to prepare? Delhi, Hyderabad, at home, and all. My simple answer for that is, where you can give your best version. Where you give your best version for preparation, there you need to go. There is no right answer or wrong answer. Like I said, there is selection diversity. People who are preparing from home also, using online facilities, they are also getting into service. People who are going to Delhi and preparing, they are also getting into service. I will tell you the difference between these 2. You can choose your own way. Delhi gives an environment of serious preparation. Environment of a serious preparation. As in, there will be many coaching institutes, many bookstores and all, many libraries where lot of aspirants come and prepare. That gives a sense of seriousness for the preparation. If you want such kind of sense of seriousness for the preparation from the environment, then you can prefer Delhi. But if you're self-motivated, strongly self-motivated, and then if you can give your best version only when your food related things or other related things are taken care by other people, then home may be a comfortable place for you to give your best version. So you decide which place where you can give your best version. If you have doubt about this, take experiment yourself by staying at Hyderabad for one or 2 months, and then see if you can give your best version. So this is how you have to go with place. Then time. When do I start? 10th class, intermediate, degree, post degree. When do I start? Whenever you decide or committed for this examination, start from there. Start from there. Every year exam will be there. Every year UPSC notifies, gives a notification about exam. So whenever you are ready, whenever you are committed, now I am going to give my hardcore preparation, just start away. Don't wait. Like, let us say, maybe you are not eligible. After 21 years, you are eligible for the exam, I suppose. But you are still 17 years. You have 4 years of time. What do you want to do? You must create the soft preparation, like core preparation. I must say, this 1 or 1.5 year of preparation which you want to give for your exam is the, let us say, hardcore preparation, and there is something called soft core preparation. which actually develops your personality. So let us say you're in intermediate or in school or in your college, you are still in the first year. Until you get into the last year, start being more curious about experiencing or knowing whatever that is happening in your college. Be more curious, enjoy every moment to be curious enough. At the same time, try to engage in different fields and then prove yourself that you can do anything, provided that you have time and guidance. You have to prove yourself. These two will help you a long way to get into the service. Not only in the service, even after the service, you will be committed for the nation to bring a change within yourself and also within people around you and also the situations around you. Thirdly, coaching. Coaching is a primer. It's not everything. I must say, like, coaching gives benefits like a lot of peer. You will be able to connect to a lot of peers, as in friends, who can also do group preparation. It will help you to give a network of teachers or mentors where you can start asking your doubts whether my plan is correct or not, whether am I moving to the right direction or not. All these things you can ask. So in this way, coaching gives such kind of support. Other than that, coaching gives you the basic introduction to your preparation. Rest assured, 80% of your preparation is going by your cell phone. Like, you will read, you will only give attempts, you will give exams, practice exams, you will make your own plan, you will change your plan. Coaching is not going to give all this. We are going to do, everyone is going to undergo all these things. So essentially, you understand, coaching is a primer. If you are okay, if you are financially better, if there is absolutely no issue taking coaching, you take it. I'm not stopping you. But don't worry that if you are not taking coaching, there is something wrong that is happening. Nothing. Then, book sources. Yes, whoever have been selected, they will be listing all the book sources in different sources in online media. Just take all the list of book sources and then take the common books which they are suggesting and then start preparing for that. Then over the period of time, you only understand that above these common things, would you require more or not. Then you can add add the book sources as per the requirement. Then planning. So how do you plan? Like I said, go to Topus videos in YouTube, get a hold of what it is, and then based upon your understanding of what the exam demands, start making your plan and keep rechecking regularly. How do you keep rechecking? Through any seniors, through any connected, anyone who has given more attempts, they will also become seniors. They may not be. It doesn't need to have any person selected for giving you guidance. They only need more experience than you. I must tell you that the seats for UPSC, as in IAS or IPS, whole CSC, are very limited. Let us say 1,000 people, or these days it is coming less, 700, 800. So every year, 5 lakhs of aspirants are giving the exam and only 700 are getting selected. And do you think that only 500 people or 700 people are eligible enough for this exam, or qualified enough, not others? It is a misconception. I must say, if there are 10,000 seats, there will be 10,000 people that can come into service. It's only the limit that has been put by government. That is the reason only less number of people are going. But the level of intelligence or level of experience which people, which aspirants who gone till interview or till mains, is also almost at par with people who got selected. Okay. So do not have a misconception that I will go get the guidance only with the help of selected aspirants. No. People who are having more experience than you, you feel that kind of confidence in that particular senior, go get that guidance and keep rechecking your plan. And lastly, the solution to all the 5 related questions, which generally every aspirant who starts their preparation asks these questions. I'll talk about option later, but it's this. You don't need to focus on a lot of people. You only focus on that one particular right mentor and one right team partner, which helps you in preparation. If you're able to get these two, then I think your job is done. You don't need to focus on any institution, any person, any other person. Just find your right mentor, right team partner. I know it is difficult. In order to get that right mentor and right team partner, you must go through interacting with lot of people. Fine, no problem. But keep exploring it. I'm telling it for a reason. If you find it, then stop there. Just rely upon that mentor and that right team partner to get your plans get executed, and then get ready for the examination. And there are stage-wise frameworks also, prelims and mains and interview. But I just want to skip here. If anyone is interested, you can mail me at any time because of the time constraint I have. Lastly, all the best. So there is a quote: "Give me 100 energetic young men, and I shall transform India." And I wish all of you who are part of this session will be part of those 100 energetic young men and women who are going to transform India. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your elaborate and enriching session, I must say. Definitely, this afternoon will be a turning point in most of the, I think, in many of the cases today, because we have been receiving feedback as well. You are the inspiration, and your expression on the presentation of the different stages included every minute detail in the preparation of the CSC examination with the beautiful examples, and what kind of preparation should be done, when it should be done, how it should be done, and where to start with. Everything you have focused, sir. Thank you very much for your elaborate presentation. And also I would like to appreciate the kind of thinking that really made you enter into the civil services examination. Like, many of us, we keep reading news every day. We watch news on the TV, and we just, many of us move forward. But your thought on specific incident really made you rethink about your career itself, and that really made a turning point in your life. And we really appreciate it, sir. And I'm very happy to know that you have completed your post-graduation in public administration. We are very happy for that. And truly your inspiration for all the students, I must say, and the aspirants who are preparing for the civil services examination, because at such a tender age, you had such a great thoughts and great values, which really inspired you towards the civil services examination. And I'm also happy to know that Ms. Arugula Sneha has taken inputs from you, and she has been your student. And definitely, I wish many of the participants who have witnessed today your session, definitely they too will come out with the colorful, success in the future. And your inputs will definitely help them in the preparation. And no doubt, sir, you have covered all the aspects in your presentation, but there are a few questions which we would like to take. Mohit Patil, he asked, like, what would be the best time to start mains? Is it like directly we need to start preparation for the mains, or is it after the completion of the prelims?
Okay, so that is going into little specifics. The slide which is empty regarding frameworks for different stages, that actually answers this particular question. So essentially, when you prepare for this exam, you must actually prepare for mains only. Prelims comes while you attempt your exam practice questions for your prelims books, for prelims exams. As in, when you read any concept, you must focus from the mains perspective. Mains as in getting a hold of what actually the each word in the syllabus that contains in the mains. You must focus on that and then evolve the understanding of it. That happens while you while you read the particular book source, whatever you're reading, just read it and then start connecting the dots with other particular content or knowledge which you gain through. So I must tell that you prepare for mains whenever you start preparing from mains perspective. And then while you prepare for prelims, maybe 3-4 months before giving your prelims examination, then you go to the prelims perspective and then start collecting the facts, start collecting the knowledge which is relevant for the prelims examination. But I will always suggest you to go and prepare from the mains perspective only. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. There is another question from Nimruti Reddy. She's asking which publications are more preferable or authentic for the preparation.
There's no authentic thing, preparation thing. Everything you find will help you in one or the other way. The thing is, which will help you the most will be decided by you only after you understand the demand of the exam. As in, you once go through the syllabus, go through the previous year questions, go through the toppers videos, spend at least 1 month, 1.5 months on this. Then you yourself will understand that in every book you will find something good and something not relevant. Whatever the good, you take it. And there are standard books, obviously, some standard books which every topper suggests. Just go through your Google search, saying list of books that are required for UPSC suggested by toppers. There will be like 10 or 20 links by different toppers. Take them, filter them, see what are the common books, and start with them. And beyond those common books, if you want to read anything else, you will understand that, okay, this is not sufficient for me to improve my knowledge. I will go through one layer extra. By the time you will be pro, you don't need much of suggestions. You only need your own instincts to guide.
Thank you, sir. And how about the stress management, sir? These days we are amidst a lot of stress from all the sides and all the corners, and especially in the preparation of the examinations like civil services. Probably you must also face some kind of stress at some point of your time. So how did you handle it, and what do you suggest our participants?
Yeah, stress is there everywhere, not only during preparation. I am sure that even as a student, there is a stress. People who are preparing for IITs or any examination, there will be stress. You must understand stress, any emotion, as in anxiety or any emotion, is of some value. Like if you overuse it, or if you feel that this is not managed, then stress starts bumbling over your productivity. Some level of tension is required for productivity. That is there because it will help you to stay focused. But more stress is not actually required. Just see the bigger perspective. Like whenever you get such kind of stress, practical tips I will tell you, but before that you must understand that this stress is helpful only to limit when you limit that to one particular extent. But after that, it is not going to help anyone in the life. Like why the reason I'm saying that is it will lessen your productivity. It will never stress is bad. Everyone is saying good with this term. So how do you reduce it? One thing is get your people right. Like be surrounded with positive people. As in, even if it is your, like, I'm not going little unethical, but I'm telling, even if it is your parents, but if they are bringing stress to you, for that moment, for God's sake, for that moment, in that particular preparation phase, please talk very less and talk only positive to your parents. So be surrounded with the positive people. So that is the first thing. Second thing, whenever you get some kind of low, just take pause and then create a motion. Like create a motion isn't move from your place and then move from place to any other place which is more peaceful and all. When you change your emotion, definitely there will be change in your emotion. I'm 100% sure about that. Thirdly, you have to sleep well. Like you have to, in your plan, make your sleep a priority. As in no one is going to prepare 24 hours and then get a gold medal for reading 24 hours. Or nobody is going to, like I said, examiner is not going to see whether you are reading for 24 hours or 12 hours. He's only going to see whether on the paper are you able to justify or give justice to the question that has been addressed. So in that sense, if you have this one year or 1.5 year preparation, I'm sure you don't need to go through a lot of anxiety or something. You can have a peaceful and also healthy. Yeah, like I said, exercise is one more thing. If you do more exercise, like daily exercise in a consistent way, I think that is also one way. So these are the things from my side. Have a positive people around you. That is the best suggestion I can have. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And on the other side of the screen, there are around 200 to 250 girls from Suryapet Residential College, sir, Degree College. They are watching this session, webinar. So kindly say a few words for these young girls, enthusiastic girls who are participating this afternoon, sir.
Yeah, hello. Hi. So, yeah, like I said, if you remember the last sentence of the presentation, give me 100 energetic young women, I shall transform India. So you must be that 100 young women, like who can actually do anything. You can do, like at your age with your energy, with this level of understanding which is provided for you at this age, you can actually reshape everything what you want in your life and also what you want the nation to have. So I must tell you, at this moment, focus on being very energetic, enjoy every moment by being curious to experience everything. Let us say you have in your room, there are, I think there are fans, there are many fans, there are many tube lights, and also there is a system that has been set up and with the HDMI cable. Be curious to know how these things work. Like, just I'm giving an example. Just be curious to know how these things work. Just be curious to experience the various tours that are being available. Just be curious to attend such kind of webinars. That is the first thing. Secondly, always prove yourself that you can do anything under the sun, provided you have time for preparing, and also the guidance. You can do anything. Just take that opportunity with courage. I wish at least one of them can talk. I don't know, like if it can be arranged, but I wish at least one of them can talk right now, so that they can prove themselves that they can actually talk. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. Meanwhile, before they talk, I request our Honorable Chairman, Gopal Krishna Garu, Chairman IIPA, is very much with us. Sir is such a senior bureaucrat, and we are very thankful to you, sir. You have spent your valuable time. I request you to say a few words this afternoon to inspire our participants. Kindly unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm unmuting. So thank you very much, Dr. Pallavi, for actually inviting me to participate in such an interesting exposition of how students preparing for the civil services must gear themselves up. I must, at the outset, compliment Makarando for an excellent presentation. I think recently it is one of the best presentations I have recently heard, and we wanted to felicitate him, but because of the COVID and other things, we could not do so. But very shortly, I think we will be actually felicitating him because he has got a good rank, he is doing very well, and he has joined the service already. So congratulations to Makaran. Also, at the same time, I would say that he has passed on his experience without holding back anything. And that is very good for all the students who are actually attending this meeting. Most importantly, I would say he has stressed on a few things. One is that internal motivation is extremely important. And for that, self-belief that I can do. 3 powerful words, I can do. Kartum shakyam, sarve me sadhyam. So unless you have the feeling that I am capable and I can do it, that spirit, that internal motivation, I think is extremely important for all our candidates. And what he has stressed is also, one, plan how you are going to study, plan the work schedules and work the plan. Not only plan the work, but work the plan. So that is where many students don't do well. And also he has stressed the importance of picking up a good mentor. And he has also made some very good suggestion, namely that you should not be concerned only of chronology, but you must be concerned of the trends and what do the trends indicate. This is a very important thing for anyone. Also, there should be a focused plan of study. And that focus must be your psychological readiness, you are putting in certain hard work, and you are selecting the time when you get up, the time you devote that attention, and how you will actually note down whatever is very important, whether it is keywords or key trends. That is extremely important for us. Also, at the same time, the focus that we can bring on it. And also one very important point is students nowadays are not capable of writing fast enough. And in an examination, there is very limited time available. So you need to actually practice writing and writing to the point. And if you're writing an essay, how should the introduction be? How should the subject be developed? And what should be the conclusion? And what are your suggestions? These are extremely important for any student who is actually thinking of it. And also at the same time, we should actually devote a little more attention to ethics and values, and particularly on governance issues, because this becomes very important. And also at the same time, you must know the theme or actually the message of the studies that you are doing. And also at the same time, when you are in the examination hall and you are seeing the paper, you should actually look at what is the trend of the questions and what is it that the examiner wants to know from you. That is extremely important, because I have been for 4 years on the interview board for the IAS. Also, apart from that, I have also set examination papers. So I can only tell you one thing. We are looking at whether you are capable of thinking originally, whether you are able to understand what is actually required of the candidate while he is writing. If you can do these things, it will be extremely important. And for that, I would tell the aspirants that they should have not only a command over the time, but they should devote time at a time when you would like to actually do very well. And many students will do better if they actually go to a coaching institution, or in the alternative, they pick up a good mentor. A mentor is extremely important because all your doubts, questions, etc. can be cleared. And also at the same time, he will give you a certain element of self-confidence which will drive you through. And then you should actually seek his advice to say whether whatever I have written, is it up to the mark, so that you can get actually something. And this is particularly useful in regard to the essay writing competition. That is very, very important for the general essay, and also for the general studies also. Reading correct books is important. Whether it is the constitution or whether it is polity or whether it's economic, you must be strong on the fundamentals. On the basics, you must be strong. If you are strong on the basics, I am sure you can actually make it. It is not that difficult, provided you have the attitude, the aptitude. If these two things are all right, I am sure many of our students, and particularly girl students, generally are far more sincere, far more interested. So I would expect more girl students coming up. That is the trend we are seeing in the civil services. And I do hope from BRAOU also, we will have similar great number of people who will be coming up into the services. This is my pious hope and wish. Thank you all for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you, sir. You have always been our source of inspiration, sir. And thank you for collaborating with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University in initiating this. I must say this is a program which is useful for all the students and aspirants. Because there is always a gap between the civil service toppers and senior bureaucrats. We have witnessed in our college days that it was very difficult for us to interact or at least have a glimpse of IAS officer or IPS officer. So I thought it will be a bridge between the civil services aspirants and the toppers and senior bureaucrats to share their experiences and their knowledge to the aspirants so that they can crack the examinations. Thank you so much for your valuable presence and valuable input, sir. I think from Telangana Social Welfare College, Suryapet, they are online. Just a second, sir. We'll ask the student to interact as suggested by Mr. Makaranda, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. I am Sirisha from TSWRDC, Suryapet. I am currently pursuing my degree here, sir. So my doubt is, how many years of preparation is required for IAS to crack the examination?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear her name.
My name is Sirisha, sir.
Hi, Sirisha. Yeah.
Hello,
Sirisha, you can also please share how this program is useful to you. Whether are you finding this program useful for your enhancement of the knowledge and for your future preparation?
Pallavi garu, let me first complete.
Yes, sir. After you complete, sir.
Yes. So essentially, the time that is required, like I said, so when do you start is something you need to start as soon as you have committed to it. That is the first thing. But if you have started at 10th, in your college only, and you are eligible for the exam only after 21 years, so you have good amount of time, and you don't need all the 3 years or 4 years only for the core preparation to start. There is something called core preparation, which is more direct and more linked to the marks and all, and there is something called preparing your personality, as in like I said, start enjoying your college moments by being more curious to know many things, and experiencing and engaging a lot of activities and proving yourself that you can do many things and anything. So this is something you must understand, and also with a tinge of social awareness, social and environmental awareness, with the help of news and other webinars which are happening across your college. So this will help you to mold yourself to get into that actual preparation. So this is something even your entire childhood you will utilize, but whatever the time you have, you utilize for it, and then start at the last year. Maybe your last year you must start your preparation and then give your immediate attempt whenever you are eligible for that exam. So ideally, I must say that 1 year of 1.5 year of preparation, depending upon the level of capacities you have, like skills and knowledge you have. If you're starting right, exactly zero, as in nothing we know, nothing except the attitude of you can do anything and I won't give up, except that strong motivation. If you have nothing, like we are zero in everything, then it takes 1.5 years to 2 years to prepare before giving that exam. If you are good at something, like maybe you're good at writing essays, having that writing skill, or maybe you're good at thinking logically, or attempting your prelims questions, or eliminating techniques, all these techniques, so that you can actually clear the prelims faster. So if you have such kind of skills, or if you already have a rough knowledge about what history is, or if you're good with your 10th class basics and all, then it takes 1 year to 1.5 years. So roughly this is the time frame. At the minimum, it depends upon more, or it can go more also depending upon a lot of factors coming into play during the preparation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you, Sirisha, for interacting. Are there any other girls like would like to interact? Any one because we are running out of the time. Any one more girl, like if possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, 1 second.
Yeah, thank you, Makarand sir. Your presentation will definitely help all these girls and other participants who have participated through Zoom, because they are in their graduation and many of them are in the first year and second year of the graduation. And we find that these kind of inputs which you have given, definitely they will incorporate in the preparation, and they will execute them in the preparation, and definitely in the very first attempt or the second attempt, they'll be able to crack the civil services and become civil servants like you at a very young age. And definitely they will serve the nation and stand to the expectations of the citizens on the whole. Thank you, sir. Ms. Sirisha?
Ma'am, I am a lecturer here. So
Yeah.
Actually, we arranged a Zoom meeting here, and almost 200 students of our college joined the session, and they're feeling very excited. They have heard all the session and they're very happy. So for the motivation, thank you, sir. Thank you for the valuable lessons. They have taken notes of everything that you've taught to them. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us such a valuable session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And
yes,
now we'll close the session. So I would like to extend my gratitude to all the people, personalities who are here for making this program a great success. At the outset, I would like to thank Mr. Makarandu Manda, sir, who has really spared a lot of his time out of his busy schedule and explained every stage of the examination with the minute details. Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious presence and valuable inputs to all our participants. And I also thank Honorable Chairman, Sri Gopal Krishna IAS, sir, who really stays with us in the whole program, and he also gives his valuable inputs. We are very thankful to you, sir, for your participation. And we also have Dr. Evin Reddy, Secretary IIPA, who has joined this session, and Dr. Surender, sir, who is also the member in IIPA. We thank you, sir, for participating. And I also would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Sita Rama Rao, sir, our Director Academic, Professor Sudharani Madam, Professor Ghanta Chakrapani, sir, Dean Faculty Social Sciences, and is also the chairman of this Pratibha webinar series. And all the university authorities and the computer branch who has been helping us in conducting this online program, and PRO branch, and all the participants who are participating in all the events which we are conducting right from the last August. We have initiated this Pratibha webinar series, and I'm sure this program will be useful to all of you. And my friend Yadgiri, who has made this program possible, Ashwant for the technical assistance, and one and all who has made this program a great success. Thank you, one and all. We'll see you soon in the next program.